Hello guys, so we have here interesting people with interesting stories. They travel full time and explore around the world. So could you introduce yourself?
Madam?
Ta-da!
I'm Jackie,
Okay.
and
I am Tom.
Okay.
We are from Adelaide, Australia, which is South Australia, in South Australia.
so both of us have studied,
Okay.
and both of us were working in Australia.
Okay.
Tom was working on part of the university, working like on an orchard, orchard,
Okay.
and winery, like a vineyard. So working
Okay.
with grapes and stuff. So he was
Wow.
pretty much like working with agriculture and that kind of thing.
Okay.
And then I was working as a physio.
Yeah. Okay.
Ah.
Do you know to prepare wine?
Yeah, I learned the fundamentals
Okay.
of winemaking. But it was more so working with the grapes, the vines, the biology of the vines.
Okay.
Yeah, which was interesting.
Nice.
Really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
within the uni they study
Okay.
into
Yeah.
the vineyards and like best way to.
Okay.
I think it was always in our plan, at least for the last few years. We both had planned to travel
Okay.
for a long time, and both of us have travelled in between
Okay.
studies and working and stuff. So we've both gone on a few like different little trips by ourselves and with
Okay.
friends.
Okay.
And then we knew that if we knuckled down for like a year or almost a year of working like full time after studies were finished, that we'd be able to save up enough money to travel a bit more full time
Okay. That's
or for a longer time. Yeah, we both grew up in the same city and
Okay.
then through friends.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
through friends we met during university. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Well, with my family, we travelled quite a bit throughout my childhood.
Okay.
So, not including travelling with family overseas,
Okay.
I have travelled to a few places with
Okay.
friends
Okay.
and then by myself as well.
Okay.
In mostly Asia, like Cambodia, Myanmar, Borneo, Malaysia, Indonesia.
Okay.
And
What about you?
So I have mostly, this is both our second times in India.
Okay.
On both, like the first trips were both different for us.
Okay.
But so I've been to India before,
Okay.
obviously.
Which
we're
place?
in India. Started in Delhi and then cruised around the Rajasthan, down the west coast, and then came through Mangalore, but spent I think 4 hours here, sleeping at the bus station, and then
Okay.
continued down south,
Okay.
and then over to Pondicherry
Okay.
or like Oroville, then to the Andamans. But on other trips, I've been to Indonesia,
Okay.
the US, and a bit of Central America.
first time in
Pretty
Mangalore,
much, yeah,
yeah.
Okay, that's good. So you were around 6 months in Mangalore?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been here for like
6 months. Then you
Yeah.
went to Sri Lanka and came back again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very loosely,
Okay.
very like just as we go.
Okay.
So you obviously like we think about it and we think of like options of things we can do, but then we often don't decide until the last minute exactly what we want to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we like to leave things open-ended, like traveling slow and traveling, not planning everything out bit by bit. So like Sri Lanka, we had no idea what we were going to do.
Okay.
We didn't have any plan. We only knew that the main city was Colombo, and a few
Okay.
people had told us a couple other places that were cool.
Okay.
And we just flew into Colombo
Okay.
and then worked it out from there.
Oh, so you started your plans from the airport, like what are you going to do next?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like as we went.
Okay.
So then you decide, like, you take some transport, however, like we bused. so we bussed around, and then when we got somewhere we liked, we're like, okay,
Okay.
let's
spend
stay here.
time.
Let's spend
Yeah.
time here for a little bit longer.
The best way to do it is by word of mouth, really. Like,
Okay.
as you meet people, they sort of say, oh, like, maybe you could go here, or like, go, like, so it's the local knowledge that really, like,
Yeah.
influences our travel plan, I
Yeah.
guess.
And people that you have common interests with. So
Okay.
someone might tell you like, oh, this is an amazing place, you should travel here.
Okay.
But if that's like totally subjective, so
Okay.
someone might have a totally different opinion
Okay.
of a place
Okay.
that you might hate when
Okay.
you go there, or you might love somewhere that someone else hates when they went. So
Okay.
you have to, I guess, judge it on if you feel like the person you're talking to has similar interests and similar like
Similar-
wavelength
Okay.
to if you would go to this place and you think you would enjoy this place, and then even then like your experience can be totally different, so you just have to see.
Okay.
And then if you don't have a good feeling in a place, you just leave, and if you have a good feeling, you like
Stay,
stay,
okay.
stick around.
Very regularly, there are beautiful experiences.
Okay.
Like, I mean, because we're on the move, we get to see, like, meet beautiful people and see beautiful places,
Okay.
etc. It breaks it up. Like, we'll do the same thing at home when we're working in day-to-day life as well. Like, when we're working as a physio and, like, back home anyway, like, yeah, we'll still, like, get away and do things and stimulate our minds,
Okay.
like, continually. I think, like, with any travel, there's the positives and negatives of, like we leave things to the last minute, and I guess that can be like, oh, well, like, we don't know where we're going to stay tonight.
Okay.
Sometimes
But-
it can be stressful.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like,
But overall we always know it's going to work out.
yeah, it
You get
always
very
does.
used to that feeling.
Yeah.
You get very used to like,
Lost my plans.
Yeah, exactly.
To being like, oh well, every time this has happened, it's worked out,
Okay.
Yeah.
and half the time it's worked out for the better that we
Yeah.
we
Okay.
didn't have plans. So
Yeah.
then like you don't have expectations, and
Okay.
your expectations get like
This.
totally like yeah.
So you just go with the flow, and
Yeah.
whatever happens, you just go, keep on going.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very difficult. So everyone in Mangalore tells us, you guys should learn Tulu,
Okay.
like
Learn
learn
Kannada.
Kannada, and it's like,
Okay.
but there's one place that speaks Tulu and like
Yeah.
and Kannada. So
And
we've
Konkani.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's
many
like 7
languages.
languages
Yeah.
in Mangalore.
Okay.
And so it's like our goal has been to try and learn or pick up a bit of Hindi,
Okay.
because we'll be traveling through the north where, I mean,
Yeah.
mainly
Okay.
Hindi speakers.
And it feels a little bit sad to have been in India for like
Yeah.
almost a year,
Okay.
and your
Yeah.
second time to India, and you still don't know any of like
Yeah.
any of the languages, or like you know little bits of all of the languages,
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
don't know, you can't speak anything fluently. Whereas if you were to spend a year in another country, like you were to spend a year in Italy,
Okay.
you would pick it up, because everyone speaks like slight different dialects, but it's minor changes compared to in India, where they're all totally different languages.
Okay.
And so you'd be able to pick it up so much easier.
Okay.
Like in Indonesia, you'd be able to pick up Bahasa so much
Yeah.
easier than you can in India. And
Okay.
so we're like, we need to learn a little bit of Hindi
Yeah.
Okay.
because like we want to. It's just difficult. Everyone wants
It's
to
so-
practice their English, so
Yeah.
everyone tries to speak English to us.
Yeah. It's true.
And it's like not that often that you come across people that can't speak any English.
Okay.
And you can quite easily communicate through like just body facial expressions and like yes and no, and
Okay.
you know, often you can communicate enough.
Okay. So language was not a problem in India. Like, was it a problem?
No,
No,
I wouldn't.
it's-
It's never.
Yeah.
Okay.
For us, it's just like because we like to connect with people.
Yeah.
And like we like to try and make an effort to learn a little bit of the language,
Language, okay.
because you connect with people so much better if you can
Know the
speak.
language.
Yeah.
So do you know anything, any word in Tulu or Kannada or any language?
Yeah, we can say utta aita.
What?
Tindi aita.
That's
Aita.
nice. Okay. What have you?
Tindi aita. Chai aita.
Chai aita.
But then
You know what does it mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
have
have
you-
you had chai? Like
Okay.
have you
Yeah,
had
breakfast,
breakfast
yeah.
or lunch?
So that was Kannada. What about Tulu?
or Tulu.
I don't think we've learned any.
Uh,
No.
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 Nah, it's too difficult.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly,
I mean, we probably have been told, but it's just,
yeah. Only a couple of people speak Tulu around us as well.
yeah.
Okay.
Whereas we live on the second level of
Okay.
a family,
Okay.
and they mostly are speaking Kannada.
Oh, so that's where you learn this 2 lines. Chai
A little
out.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they like to speak English because they really want to practice their English.
Okay.
Well, we're pretty lucky. Both of our parents want us to travel.
Okay.
They want us to go out and learn
Okay.
learn as much as we can about the world.
Okay.
Like,
So,
It gives you a better understanding of how things work and like the people that you meet. I think it gives you
it connects you
Yeah.
so much to the
Okay.
rest of the world.
that's one.
Else you stay in this mind frame that like your country and your town, your like your suburb is like the center of the universe.
Yeah, it's not at all. It's
So
like
if it's like in my case, like how can I convince my parents? Like if you were in my shoes, how would you convince the parents?
just like
What have you tried?
yeah, exactly. True. What have
Okay.
you tried to convince them? It's like if you want to do something
Okay.
in your life, if you really like are passionate about doing something,
Okay.
you do it. It's
Okay.
not like
Your parents can't stop you.
yeah, your parents like can't yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so like I don't know if you have like a burning desire to explore outside of India, then I'm of the belief that like you'll make it happen. I mean, around India is just incredible.
Yeah. All of India
Like,
is so different.
yeah.
Like
Actually,
it's like traveling to different countries.
Okay, yeah. In India has many places. Like if you go for Leh Ladakh and all, it's like totally different. Have you been to Leh Ladakh?
No.
No.
Any plans?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking of doing in May. No, in June. Like we start traveling in May. We're gonna
Okay.
leave Mangalore,
Okay.
but I think we'll slowly make our way up through Himachal Pradesh in May,
Okay.
and then hopefully get to Leh Ladakh in June.
Okay.
A online way to connect the world, like through traveling and like sharing experiences with locals. So, say there are. You explained this a lot better than I would.
So you have done this
Yesterday.
before.
We explained it to some people last night,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
some friends, and
Okay.
So basically, you connect on this app on the phone,
Okay.
and a lot of people use it when you're traveling because you can
Get a place to stay.
you can get a place to stay, so you don't have to pay for accommodation. But it's way more than that. Like mostly people who are using it just for free accommodation often don't find themselves getting accommodation because
Yeah.
people don't like that
Okay.
people just use
it's
it
not
for that.
it's not a hotel service.
It's not a hotel
free,
service.
like-
It's about connecting with people. So if you
Yeah.
feel like you want to meet someone who lives in the place you're
place.
traveling and you want to get to know the place you're traveling,
Mm.
it's like it opens a door to just a friend that's waiting there for you that you don't know yet, but you're gonna become friends.
Okay. So according to you, how much would you rate couch surfing in the 10 being the 1 being the least and 10 being the the more? How much would you rate couch surfing till now? Your experience.
tens.
Tens.
Tens
Yeah.
and
Okay.
tens. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
You
The
got-
the
We've
people
had
we've met.
such good experiences
Yeah.
with couch surfing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Did you get people to host you up? Like, did
Yeah.
you get, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
and we're hosting as well.
Yeah.
You hosted?
Because as soon as you start using it,
Okay.
and being hosted, then you just have this well, at least we have had this desire to give back to the couch surfing community. Like you want to host yourself because because else you feel like you're kind of just on the receiving end of all of the positive
Okay.
parts of.
Yeah.
Well, it's so positive having
Positive
people
both
coming
ends,
to
yeah.
stay. Yeah, it's positive both ends, but you want to experience both ends.
Both ends.
Yeah. Tom
Yeah.
Tom has been surfing for like 15 years.
Oh my god. And he also has that band.
Stalk,
Yeah.
Stalk Surf Mangalore.
Yeah, I made a video on the surfing club. If you have not watched, I'll link right up here.
Boom, up there. Yeah.
So yeah. So you surf like how did you start? Did you start in Mangalore or were you surfing before in Australia?
I had tried in Australia a little bit, but
Okay.
I only started to pick up surfing in Mangalore
Okay.
because it was there like every day.
Like it's
Okay.
perfect for beginning, like the perfect beginner waves. Yeah, definitely. And like intermediate as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Mangalore.
Tom's been surfing since he was like this big.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
So
it's been
you
a
are
while.
the more advanced professional surfer.
I wouldn't say professional by any means,
Okay.
but yeah.
Experience.
Experience, yeah, that's
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been fun journey.
That's what's kind of guided a lot of Tom's travels
Yeah.
previously,
Okay.
Yeah,
like going to surf destinations.
around the
Okay.
world. It's a beautiful way to travel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Probably
Jackie's a good at researching. She's very good at it.
I don't know. We research very minimum. We try to talk to people about
Okay.
about
Okay,
destinations
yeah.
because most of the time, if you were to look up a place that you might want to travel,
Okay.
the only thing that the internet is going to tell you is other places.
Yeah, this is why.
It's
It's cute, by the way.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
Susan.
cute, but like
But get
Yeah.
off of me. Now it's down on your hip.
No, it looks scary. It's green in color and
It's a big scary spider.
what if I become a Spider-Man?
That's probably like,
very good.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like the research is good for for just like not rolling into a place
Okay.
like naively, and so you have a bit of an understanding about it. It's like
All
general.
we really look up is if it's safe to go
Yeah,
somewhere.
is it okay?
Yeah.
And then what is the cost of going there?
Yeah, if it's an
Okay.
expensive place.
Yeah,
somewhere.
like we've had to change plans a little bit. Like there are certain places that we'd love to go,
Okay.
but just like financially it's too expensive. Like
Yeah.
say Bhutan and
Like Maldives when we're in Sri
Yeah,
Lanka.
yeah.
It's just it's so expensive, and the experiences, the greater quantity, I guess, of experiences we could have in other places by not going to that one place that's
Okay.
really
Yeah,
expensive. So
to
we
get
save
there.
money by not going there.
yeah.
Okay.
Then we can go to more
More
other
other
places.
places.
You
yeah.
do need a compromise like that, like when you're traveling
Okay.
longer term. So a friend of ours through connections in Adelaide,
Okay.
we met. He's from Puttur.
Okay.
Partha Varanasi, shout out.
What?
His name is Partha Varanasi.
Okay.
And he, I don't know, hooked us up. He runs like swim clubs and yada yada.
He's one of the people on the board that started the surf club.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And
Mantra.
No, different.
Stalk
different.
Surf Club.
Yeah.
Oh, the same one?
Yeah.
This is in Mangalore, Tanibavi, right?
This is
Yeah,
Tanya
yeah,
Club.
yeah.
But yeah, so we met through there, and things were tentative. Like, it wasn't, not a lot was too planned, but they expected us to come
Okay.
around September time. And our plan was just to come and check out Mangalore, and if we liked it, we'd stick around, and then if not, we'd keep going.
Okay.
And so like 6 months later, I mean, we're still here and loving it. So yeah, sweet.
And when you did the research, like about Mangalore, what was the reaction?
We didn't.
We actually
Did-
didn't do research.
We never
no.
looked up Mangalore.
No.
Okay.
We thought we'd play it by ear.
Yeah.
Okay. How was your reaction after you reached? Like, how did you find the place?
I remember what happened was when we first arrived in Mangalore, we went to our friend's farm in Puttur.
Okay.
So we only stopped through and then we went on the bus like through the city.
Okay.
And we were pretty quickly like along Balmata Road and out. Like, and I know just like driving through the city, we're like, oh, there's like all these paintings around and
Yeah, it's quite an artsy little town.
yeah, it seems like a really chilled out little city. It's not like crazy busy with traffic and honking and like pollution.
Okay.
It's actually a really chilled out city.
Mangalore is good because it's not too big, but it has everything that you need to like for a city lifestyle. Still, like we are located just outside of the city, and I mean, yeah, it's a nice little place. It's a little quieter than city center, but yeah, there's I don't know, at the beach it's very.
Don't rush to places. Like, don't rush through places.
Okay.
Maybe that some people like that because some people like to be like, tick, I've been here, tick, I've been here.
Okay.
But if you're feeling like you're not getting what you want out of your travels, maybe think about how long you're spending and the way that you're like connecting with the places that you go to.
Okay.
And like talk to people,
Yeah, I
talk
think.
to locals.
Yeah, exactly. Just connect. Try and like go out of your way to connect with locals, because like a lot of the time when you're traveling, it's like quite easy just to go into a bit of a like solitude state, and it's not
And
a
if
bad
not-
thing, but like
There's the other side of that where people travel and they only mix with other travelers.
yeah, that's what
Okay.
yeah. So and that's like it's kind of easy to get caught up in that,
Yeah.
depending on where you are, and
Okay.
so it's like look outside of the
Box.
and that's when you learn.
Okay.
Like
So travel number tip 2. What is the?
Oh, so that was about
there was a lot in there.
three tips in one.
That was like don't travel too fast, like
Okay.
trying to tick off too many destinations.
Okay.
Then try to connect with locals.
Don't try.
No,
No,
do try
travel. Okay.
to try to
Clear
connect
that
with
one up.
locals and
Okay.
speak to people.
Okay.
And then I would say don't create expectations or do too much research into a place.
Okay.
Kind of see what it has to offer you at the time that you go,
Okay.
because places are always changing and your experience is always going to be different to what you've heard or what you read about.
Okay.
So don't have expectations. Set expectations.
Okay.
And it's really fun to try use as least money as possible.
Yeah, budget yourself.
Yeah, budgeting
Budget.
yourself often gets you into really weird and fun situations.
Okay.
Yeah. So our plan is to work and travel
Okay.
around the world. So it's not just like full travel. Like when you establish yourself in a place for however long, you can live more cheaply. Because like when you're
cook
on the
at home.
when you're on the move, yeah, you're like sort of buying food out more frequently.
And you're paying for transport more frequently
Yeah,
and
yeah.
accommodation.
Yeah, so and then like the upside of settling in a place is like you get to learn about that place and you get to live a little cheaper and like yada yada. But like yeah, it's nice to budget and like I don't know, yeah, just, yeah, full stop.
A lot of the time, like the food places you eat,
Okay.
you just go where the locals go, and most of the
Yeah.
time that's the cheapest places.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, this is traveling through Asia,
Okay.
going to the dingy, cheap, but busy-looking places is
Okay.
always where you go
Yeah,
to
yeah,
eat.
yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that's a secret of the travel.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
don't, like
it's travel tip.
like there's no real I don't know, if you just go and eat in more like touristy sorts of food places,
Okay.
then like you could be anywhere in the world,
Okay.
not just in that town and that country. Whereas if you go somewhere really local,
Okay.
like you're
it's not things that we would get at home.
Yeah.
Going to like a dubba, or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
going like. I don't
So
know.
even like if you were traveling in North India,
Okay.
you wouldn't really seek out like a, or maybe you would every now and then, but you wouldn't. Would you go and just eat at a South Indian food restaurant?
You probably would.
Would you?
Mangaloreans love.
Okay, so now it's back question to me. If I would travel to North, what would I do? See, I don't have any particular food. I eat anything and everything like which you can eat.
Yeah.
And
You'd hope you don't
Yeah.
eat things you shouldn't eat.
yeah, so yeah, there's certain limit where you cut off like some people eat like there are the there are extent which you can go like when it comes to food. Different people have different cuisine. But yeah, if I go to North, I would eat chapati. There's no problem. They eat
Yeah.
chapatis, right? Rotis, chapatis.
Yeah.
So I have no problem until like it should be tasty. That's the only concern.
Yeah.
And just to try new things.
Yeah, try new things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my what I want to like my I want to start traveling and do travel videos and cuisine. Like it's not a much like I
And
want to go to local places where they make that authentic dish. Like every place have their authentic dishes. Like they have this special where they are well known for that particular place, like the
Yeah.
cuisine.
Yeah.
So I want to go and I want to document how they prepare the food.
Yeah.
So
nice.
that's one thing I want
That's
to do.
cool.
Second thing I want to do is I want to taste that and tell people what exactly and where they get that give a knowledge to wider audience.
Yeah. That's
You've
so-
heard it first. That's a
Yeah.
good one to sign up for.
We're
That-
big foodies.
Yeah,
so
we would definitely get on that.
Yeah.
I think people around the world would
Yeah.
follow that sort of expedition.
And the third one I want to do is I want to try that same similar one, but not exactly that way. Maybe like the same authentic way or in my own style. I do cook. I usually create recipes or make recipes or follow recipes. I usually add my own style.
Yeah.
So many places people start cooking and everyone starts saying you're not supposed to cook like that. You're supposed to cook like this, that, this. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like it matters if you're a chef because they have their rules and something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But
if people have expectations
Yeah.
of something, like
So
at a
if it-
restaurant,
yeah. If you're coming to cooking for myself or my friends or family, there's nothing like rules and you just cook what's best or
What
you
tastes
create
good.
it tastes good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all you know. So even you guys cook
Yeah, we love,
so in the afternoon.
and we love eating.
Yeah.
So what did you like in Mangalore? Like what was the cuisine which you found in Mangalore?
Just Mangalorean food. There's
Yeah.
so much good Mangalorean food, and we're mostly vegetarian.
Okay.
So I mean, we're
Yeah.
like we mostly don't eat meat. I guess you wouldn't call us
Yeah.
vegetarians.
Yeah.
Like, we
you-
just-
yeah.
We just try like not to eat meat, and we hadn't eaten meat in a really long time, and then
Until we got to
and then in
Mangalore.
Mangalore we swayed because we're like, oh well, we want to try the fish.
Okay.
Everyone
Yeah.
eats fish,
Fish.
here.
Yeah.
People
So
love
we've
the
like
fish.
tried fish a few times
Okay.
in Mangalore.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's good.
And
I was
the
like,
fish is damn
Tasty,
good.
yeah.
Okay.
But then like we go for meals.
Yeah,
and
we
the
go
meal-
veg meals.
Veg meals are
We
like
just
amazing.
love veg food.
And then I don't know I mean you get idli everywhere, but the idli vada, the chutney is really good here.
Yeah,
Coconut
yeah.
chutney
Okay.
is like
Coconut
really
chutney is
tasty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And buns and masala dosas.
Oh my
and
god.
neer dosa.
Yeah. There are a few really good like places for filter coffee as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to
We've
Shri-
explored a lot
yeah.
Shout out to which one?
Shridurga Prasad across.
on Sultan Bakari
Yeah,
Road.
yeah.
Okay.
Really good for filter coffee. Like
Okay.
yeah, on point. And good buns as well.
I never tried that.
Yeah.
I should try that.
It's
Yeah.
across the road from the Oval. What is it? Like
The
over
cricket.
cricket ground. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
The circle.
It's
there.
across the road from Ua Market.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a good place for coffee.
Okay.
Where else could we shout out to? There's North, like
There's Juice Romantic.
Juice Romantic is really
Okay.
good for
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, which one? There are many. There are two, I think.
There's two, huh?
Oh, really?
We've
We
only
only
been
know
to
one.
one.
Yeah, there are two.
What road's it on? I forget.
Near Naturals.
Yeah, natural. Okay.
That
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Okay.
That one we go to quite regularly because a lot of our friends eat meat. But there's really good veg food
Yeah,
there.
the veg food
So we
is
can
so
go
good.
and meet our friends there and they can order like meat dishes and we can order the veg food.
Okay.
Damn, yeah, thumbs up. Thumbs up to that. And then the North Indian Dubbo on Kula Ferry Road.
Yeah.
Which road?
Kula Ferry.
Kulur.
Kulur, okay, Kulur Ferry.
Kulur
Okay.
Ferry.
Kula Ferry.
Yeah, whoops.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's near Infosys.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then...
There's a little local place we go to.
Oh, yeah.
The
What's it called?
we always forget the name of it. It's like Footsy or something, isn't it? No.
It's by S Cube in Gandhinagar.
It's in Gandhinagar, like connected to a house, and they do catering.
Yeah.
Okay.
and
But
the
then they
food
do
is
meals
so
there
good.
as well, and they also have a stand that they do up
The best
in
masala dosa.
Gandhinagar. Yeah, they do really good like poddy and
Okay.
budgies
Okay.
and doses. They do really good doses.
It's kind of making
At this
me hungry.
time, yeah.
Yeah, at this time exactly.
Yeah, this time every day.
We might need to take you off in a minute.
So now I
catch
need to
them
mind like, why did Jason stop me? I don't have a dosa in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
video
yeah,
cuts
yeah.
up here.
yeah. Just like
Do you want to have dosa now?
kicks the screen over. We could cut to dosa
We could cut
Like-
to dosa.
and then
No, we
continue.
don't.
We don't need. Okay, we don't need. Not now.
No. Okay.
Control ourselves. But yeah, no, that's a good place. Anyway.
Let's say up that road next time. I want to see your expression when you eat dosa.
We're like,
Yeah, I know. You don't really
budget.
see much.
yeah.
Just because like
We don't
nor do
like. We just
talk.
stop talking and we're just like,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
That could be the sequel.
yeah.
So that will be the part 2 video.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a 2-minute video of
Part
us just
3
eating.
video. I'm keen to try your cooking now.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're weak. Okay, I need to search for a vegetable.
yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, onion is a vegetable. I think
Onion is a vegetable.
paneer is one.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Paneer is not a vegetable.
I mean, pretty much just like
I know it's not a vegetable, but
Yeah,
it comes
yeah.
in a
It's vegetarian.
vegetable.
Yeah.
pretty much anything you cook that is not chicken or mutton.
Okay.
Anything else.
We
Okay.
take egg. Yeah.
Egg out. Egg.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
You're like, I only make chicken and mutton.
Okay. Do you like spicy food or non-spicy food?
Spicy.
Spicy food.
Yeah.
Okay. Australia is less of spice, right?
There's no real cuisine, Australian cuisine.
Okay.
It's like everyone has mix of all different things. Everyone makes different stuff. Everyone likes different stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we make like quite a lot of Asian food at home,
Okay.
and
And Italian food.
and Italian food.
Which-
Yeah, like
which
mixes
has
of
many flavors.
yeah, lots of different cuisines. Whatever.
Classic Australian though is not that spicy. Like
Classic is yeah.
it's kind of like some veg. Oh, like it's hard to say exactly what it is, but it doesn't have the full like flavor that
Yeah.
the Indian food has.
Yeah, there's no typical like it's I guess like real well it's not even is it even Australian? It's just like what the British introduced was just like plain vegetables and meat.
Okay.
Like-
So half plate of vegetables and half.
Yeah, pretty much. But people
That's very old school.
yeah, it's very, very old school, like
Yeah.
and people eat like heaps of different stuff.
So what do you prepare? Like, what was like? I was not recording when you were talking about your lunch or you had after. So
Oh, we just had leftover salad for lunch. We made a quinoa salad.
okay.
So
With veg.
yeah, with lots of vegetables in it, and then Tom made like a spicy garlic, soy, chili, lemon dressing.
Okay. So who cooks here? Like both of you? Who's the main chef?
She's head chef for
Head
sure.
chef.
I'm just like,
You got a spider in your face.
oh, that's okay. But it's moving on to my
Oh.
nose.
Did it go inside your nose?
It kind of looked like it. didn't it?
Yeah, it just disappeared.
Oh
Yeah,
no, it's here. This is a Houdini spider.
it's cute actually. It's green
Yeah,
in
it's pretty
color.
amazing.
It looks like a small mosquito.
You guys would appreciate it.
You travel by local buses?
Mm.
How was the experience?
Yeah, good.
Very easy.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, the buses are good.
People are friendly, the conductors.
Yeah.
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 And places, how did you know the places?
We get told places. We also just go and explore. We have
Yeah.
a scooter as well, so we just go up or down the coast
Okay.
and explore inland wherever we want. Maybe like some day
Oh
trips.
yeah, you have scooter, she had mentioned.
Yeah,
Makes it easier to travel around.
You
But
can ride scooters in like India? It's
Yeah.
allowed?
yeah.
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 Okay, I didn't know
Like
that.
anywhere in Asia, we can ride.
Is there a special license for that? No?
Well,
international license.
some places want you to have an international license,
Okay.
but like, yeah, I don't have an international license, and I've ridden the scooter in quite a lot of places.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But Sri Lanka was kind of strict,
Yeah,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, cops have not stopped you till now.
But like,
yet.
I have my license, my Australian license.
Okay, that works?
In other
Don't know
places
yet.
in the world, it's always been like, other places, it's been fine. I've been pulled over and I show them my license and they're like, it's fine.
Okay.
It's like a valid, like a license.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's just, I guess certain places in the world are a bit stricter.
Okay.
Mm.
And the travel insurance, like, do you have travel insurance?
Yeah.
Okay, so how does it work? Like, if I'm traveling, what should how should I find a travel insurance? What do you suggest?
Probably just researching that.
Yeah, you
and,
just gotta do
and
research.
looking at like your best options,
Yeah.
weighing up like the best deals for you and where you're going.
Depending on where you're going and what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Okay.
And how important it is depending on what kind of possessions you have.
Okay.
So for us, we don't carry like many.
Like cameras, like.
Valuables.
Yeah. We don't have like insane valuables. So for us, it's like the medical insurance, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the biggest.
Which is good for when Jackie gets dengue.
Yeah, I got dengue in Chennai,
Okay.
and so we used the travel insurance then because I had to be in hospital for we're in hospital for like a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that worked out well. So it paid off the travel insurance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ended up using it.
Yeah.
Most other trips I've like never used my travel insurance,
yeah.
or if something went wrong, you like go to apply
Okay.
to get refunded for something, or like get insured for something, and they're just like, there's so many fine print reasons why they're just like, no, no, this wasn't included, and you're like,
Oh, okay.
you got to be careful.
But then this one was good.
Yeah, when it comes to health, medical,
pretty good,
They're good.
yeah.
That's nice. So, what is the checklist you want to give out?
A checklist as in places to go or
Checking what, like example, travel insurance sort of like checklist what
stuff that you need.
stuff you need.
Stuff you
As
need
little
to
as
consider.
possible.
Yeah, but like before you go anywhere, you need to research like the visa,
Visa.
like for whichever country that you go to. Like insurance is handy to have. I wouldn't travel without it, like without health insurance, just because I don't know. Like if something was to happen, it's like very
You'd be kicking it. You'd be like, oh, I should have.
yeah. Just like passport, obviously, you wouldn't be leaving the country if you didn't have. What else did we think about? Music, making sure we had good music on the iPod. That was important,
That's important.
very important.
Yeah.
That's up there.
Okay.
You don't want dated music on your iPod.
Yeah, as little like toiletries as possible, because
Yeah.
they weigh a lot, and
Yeah.
if you can avoid using too many different toiletries, you know, some people
Or
have like
accessories.
yeah,
sort of like,
accessories that like just like minimizing. Try to minimize as much as you can. Be a minimalist when you're packing, but just pack the essentials and like and first aid stuff you need, obviously.
And then you get
Few clothes.
Yeah, few clothes. Something basic for like different types of weather that you could think of.
Yeah.
So like if you're going on a short trip, you just got to know what the weather's going to be for that
That
place.
particular time.
But for us, we just always carry like something for cold weather
Okay.
and something for the warm weather. So we have like a few things just to that would be appropriate for a few different climates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we could make a part 3 of your when you're what's in your bag, like when you're leaving. How do you pack all those things?
We only have 2 pairs of shoes each.
Okay.
Yeah. And what we try and do is keep it under 7 kilo.
Yeah. So we only do carry on. We don't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart. Okay.
We don't check in.
It
later.
just makes it easier. Then your bag doesn't go missing at the airport. Yada yada. Yeah.
And it's cheaper.
Yeah.
So when
And
you're
and the ukulele.
what?
And the ukulele.
Yeah.
Ukulele. Yeah, we have. So we travel with that as well.
Wow. Do
Yeah.
you play?
Yeah, we both kind of do. Yeah. Practicing.
Wow. Wow.
Huh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So then who sings who sings songs?
Both of us
Yeah.
and none of us.
And none of us. Both of us and none
Both
of
of us, but none of us good.
Yes. Would agree.
Yeah.
That would be part
Hey.
4.
That can be part 4. I wasn't being mean. Yeah. Part 4 video. That sounds great.
Yeah. And let's do when you're leaving Bangalore?
We are leaving in 15 days.
15 days.
Yeah.
You're leaving Bangalore.
Yeah.
So when you're on the last day, when you're packing bags, let me know.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let's see how the packing starts.
We've got to pack our little home up too, though.
Yeah.
Our home.
Okay.
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah, we're gonna have to say goodbye to our home.
Yeah. We gotta. There's a lot of people that we could thank that have helped us set up in Mangalore as well. Like just amazing, beautiful, warm-hearted people.
Yeah,
Do you wanna
that's
give
probably
shout-outs?
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing that's
One sec.
keeping us in Mangalore.
Oh no, it's dead again.